Hello again, everyone. This is Marcy from Love and Hope, uh, with faith from my heart. I did my first video yesterday. A lot of things that were really weighing on me with happening in the world right now. And today, the more that has happened today, the more news I've seen, the more I just feel like attention needs to be brought to so many things happening in the world. I mentioned yesterday the smoke screen. They're putting up a smoke screen. They're trying to keep us occupied with other things than what they're really trying to do behind the scene. And, today now we are looking at an impeachment. They've handed down the articles of impeachment for President Trump. I really never paid a lot of attention to politics, a lot to the news. It was to me always dramatic, negative, depressing. I never paid a lot of attention, but God has been weighing heavy on me that I needed to pay more attention to what's happening in the world, and that everyone needs to pay more attention to what's happening in the world right now. So many points that I feel like I'm being led to hit on with this. Let's start with this article of impeachment. They are trying to impeach him for incitement of insurrection. 214 lawmakers have signed this. They're saying the speech that Trump made is what caused all of this violence on the Capitol. And I talked a lot about this yesterday in my video, but I'm going to get a little deeper into that because there's so many different things that have happened. We've had so many riots, so much violence over the last year in our country alone. One thing that caught my attention was when we had the riots in Minneapolis. I went back and I found a news report during the riots in Minneapolis. And the reporter is standing in front of a burning building that these rioters have set fire to, and actually makes the comment that these protests are mostly peaceable. Man, turn around, there's a building burning behind you. So, the more I looked, I also found the speech. Nancy Pelosi is being asked questions. During that time, she actually said, and I quote this, "I don't care that much about statutes." Okay. Well, then she is questioned about justice by our government, not by the angry mobs in the middle of the night. And she says again, and I quote, "People do what they do." So, during these riots, all these reporters, all these politicians, and even Biden blew it off during this time. None of them wanted to talk about it. Nobody wanted to draw attention to it. But now we have this happen on Capitol Hill, at the Capitol. And if you pay attention and really look, don't listen to one specific news channel. Shop around for your news. Everybody has an opinion, but when you piece them together, you start seeing the truth in what's really happening here. And if you pray to God, you get a lot of answers. But when watching all this today, I'm seeing so much that makes no sense whatsoever. I'm seeing that smoke screen that God is telling me so strongly to pay attention to. That they're covering something up. They're hiding something. What are they hiding? That's what I keep being told. Look deeper. What's being hidden? What do they not want us to see? So, we've had a lot happen. They've banned our president, from Twitter, from Facebook. I mean, they're banning him from everything. Michelle Obama has actually called for Twitter and Facebook to ban Trump permanently. So, what is the deal? I'm digging, I'm struggling to see what this is. I heard a speech. Biden says that he wants to unify America. But there's nothing happening right now that's unifying America. He's promoting this impeachment, and the impeachment itself makes no sense. And I will prove that right now with what I have found. Pelosi said, and this is a quote directly from her, "The House Republicans rejected this legislation to protect America, enabling the president's unhinged, unstable, and deranged acts of sedition to continue. Their complicity endangers America, erodes our democracy, and it must end." Now that is a direct quote from Nancy Pelosi about what is happening right now. Okay, now, makes sense, right? We're going to impeach our president for incitement of an insurrection. Okay, granted, we had an insurrection happen at the Capitol. These people marched in and they took over, they broke in, people died. All of this. I understand that. That's not the point. Because they're all making this out to be Donald Trump's fault. Our president's fault. Okay, so now, what did Donald Trump do to cause this? They're saying he caused it. So I went back and I found the speech that our president made, that they are saying is the speech that caused all of this. He told people to do this. He told people to go in here and do these things. That's what they keep saying. The speech that Trump made, and I quote word for word, he said, "I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard." Did you get that? He told people to invoke their First Amendment rights. You don't like it when people tell you that you don't have First Amendment rights. You want your freedom of speech. He told us as Americans, march to the Capitol. Peacefully, patriotically, make your voices heard. Now, where in the world did he incite anything other than telling people, you have these rights, use them. Our Constitution gives us these rights. These are rights that have been given to us. Why are we not using them? Because now we're told to use them, and because people did things on their own, it's our president's fault for telling people to peacefully do this. I don't understand. I mean, I guess I do understand. God keeps telling me, look behind the smoke screen. All of this is a smoke screen. They want Trump out. They can't do the agenda that they have planned with Trump there. And I keep going back to a thing I seen, that Trump saying, they're not after me, they're after you. I'm just the one standing in the way. And that is so true. Our own government is being run by Satan himself right now. So much evil and corruption that is just running rampant in our country. Satan is overrunning it. And they are trying to do all of these things and make it look so good. They're trying to take out a man who has tried to prevent them for the last 4 years from passing these laws that are ungodly laws. He has stood in their way, and that's the point. They want him gone. He is in their way. This man has 9 days left in office. 9 days. That's it. What is the hurry? Why are they so in a hurry to impeach him? This impeachment cannot happen before the inauguration of Joe Biden anyway. The Senate doesn't even come back in until the day before. There is no way to impeach Donald Trump before Biden is sworn into office. You have 4 years before Donald Trump could run for president and become president again. What's the hurry? Why are you all in such a big hurry to impeach a man for incitement of an insurrection because he promoted the idea of a peaceful and a patriotic march? What are you scared of? What are they scared of? Why are they trying so hard to silence him? Get him out. Why are they so worried about him being able to be president in 4 years? You've got 4 years to impeach him. Does no one else see that there is something else behind all of this? There's another agenda. There's an agenda behind this big smoke screen. Everything is lining up for Biden to take over. And that was another thing that caught my attention. Biden saying he wants to unify America. But then in the exact same speech, he goes after Senator Cruz and Hawley and others and actually says that they should not be impeached. They should literally be beaten if they try to run again. What did Senator Cruz and Hawley do other than standing up for America's rights? They stood up for our constitutional rights, and they stood up for the Electoral Count Act of 1800s. I don't know an exact year, but they stood up for our rights. And this president that everybody is saying we need to put all of our faith in, because they stood up for our rights, thinks that these men should be beaten, literally beaten, if they try to run for office again. None of this is what it seems. We have to wake up. God has been telling us for a year now. We are almost a year into this pandemic. We have seen so much. God has given me this message, and I keep feeling this way so much about this pandemic, that when this pandemic started, it slowed down our country. It slowed down the world, but it slowed us down. We couldn't go here, go there. We weren't busy all the time like we always were. We weren't running that rat race anymore. Nobody was happy about being stuck at home, but good things came from this. It gave us a chance that we slowed down. We had time to start realizing what really is happening around us. Everything God does for a reason. We've been put in a situation of a pandemic that has given us the time to slow down and realize what really is happening in this world around us. You just have to take the time to look deeper. And that's what I keep being told, is they're trying to cover things up. They're covering up their agendas. They're giving us things to sidetrack us. They're drawing attention to certain things. These riots on the Capitol, the impeachment. What are you doing behind the scenes? What are we hiding? What is being hidden from us right now that they don't want us to see? Because there's no reason for an impeachment with 9 days left in office right now. There's no reason. So why do it unless you're trying to draw attention away from something else that's happening? It's all a smoke screen. Open the window, people, let the smoke out, because you can't see clearly for all the smoke in the room. That is where we stand right now. We are being misled. We're allowing Satan to mislead us, because Satan is running all of this. He wants to incite all of these problems, all of these troubles. They want to be able to pass all these ungodly laws, and people not even realize it. They're hiding it with riots and impeachment, a stimulus check. This man that everybody says is such a great man that's going to do so much for our country, he's going to give us this money to help our families. Like I said in the last video, yes, these families in this country need this. A lot of them do. And there's nothing wrong with taking the money from the government that they give us. But don't let them use it as a blindfold so that you don't see the bigger picture. God is trying to show us, to tell us to wake up. Wake up and see what is happening in this world around us. What we're allowing to happen in this world around us. We are allowing them to take away our rights. They literally are impeaching our president for using his First Amendment rights of freedom of speech. They are banning him from Facebook, Twitter. They're trying to silence him. They are literally taking away our own president that is supposed to be here to support our rights, to make sure our rights are stood up for. And now they're taking away his? They're taking away his First Amendment rights. They're telling him he does not have freedom of speech, and he is the president of our country. But Joe Biden gets up there and literally says that There are senators that need to literally be beaten if they even run again because they stood up for our rights. He's allowed to say this. He's allowed to use his freedom of speech. But our president, Donald Trump, cannot get up there and tell people to peacefully and patriotically march to the Capitol. People, wake up. Because God is showing you what is happening. He's showing us all. Open your eyes. Pay attention. He slowed this world down with this pandemic to give us time to see everything that they're trying to hide from us. They kept us so busy that we didn't notice these things that they had been doing. But the world has got so out of hand, God slammed on the brakes. Okay, that's it. Stop. Now look around. Do you see it now? It's not a big blur because you're not speeding by it at 90 miles an hour now. You are stopped, you're sitting still, and you're looking at it clearly. So stop wearing your blinders. Look around. Pay attention to what they're doing to us. Satan is taking over. We're allowing it. We are allowing these demons to come in and control us. I don't know what else to do to make people understand. This is weighing and weighing and weighing on me that I have to open people's eyes. I have to get this message out that people stop. Look at what is happening. Look at the sex trafficking, the molesting of children. They're selling children, they're buying children, they're abusing children, they're stealing, they're embezzling, they're everything. Our world has gone crazy. Pure, total chaos. Which is exactly what Satan wants. That's all Satan wants, is us to live in total chaos and sin. God's given us this second chance. Everybody looks at this pandemic and is so worried about the pandemic part of it. But stop looking for just a second at the illness itself. And look at what it has caused. The world has slowed down where you have time to stop. Hear what they're saying. Don't take their word for what they're saying happened. I was flipping through the TV and that's what was weighing on me. Just kept hearing over and over, Trump did this, he incited these riots, he did this, he did that. Don't take their word for what they say. They're not telling us the truth. They're not giving us the whole story. When they say that this is what happened or that what happened, go find proof. I did. I went on the internet and I searched for his speech that he made. I went back and I searched for videos to see what people actually said. Don't take one person's word for it. Look it up. You can see this for yourself. Very simple. Find it on the internet. I did. I watched one where they were showing the picture of Trump walking up on that stage. The exact video I watched. But they never played the audio of it. And the reporter on the other side of the screen is saying something completely different than what Trump actually said. He is literally saying that Trump did this. He was promoting people to go out there and do this. Well, it's easy to say that that's what's happening if you turn the voice off of his where you don't actually hear what he says. They're putting words in his mouth. I'm just begging you people, wake up. God's giving us a chance to call on him for help. Turn to him. Ask him to show you the truth. Because I'm telling you, when you ask him to show you the truth of what's really happening in our world, if you're believing what everybody is saying, you are in for a rude awakening when you find out how many of them are lying to us, how many lies they're telling us. Just wake up, people. That's all I ask. God's giving us this chance. Drop to your knees and beg God to show you the truth, to get us through this, because we are in evil, evil times right now, and God is the only way we make it out of this. I want to thank you all for taking the time to listen, and I hope everyone stays safe, and may God bless us all.